What's going on, everybody? I hope you were doing well. My name is Zach. In this video, I want to discuss some tips that you can use to make more money and burn less gas. Before we get into the video, if you're new here, please do hit the like and subscribe button. If you are kind enough to subscribe, let me know in the comments section below. Tell me your name and the market you drive in, and I'll be sure to thank you at the end of my next video. Number 1, don't take orders that take you out of an area with a high concentration of restaurants. Let's go to the computer. Okay, right here we have Barkley Village. This is where I like to wait for my orders. Let's say I'm presented with an offer going 3 miles. Well, 3 miles can be a big deal depending on the direction it's going right now. Let's say it's 3 miles going in this direction. There is nothing up here. There are no restaurants in this area that I could possibly bring anything back from. This is all residential and a little bit of industrial. Now on the flip side, let's say it was going 3 miles in this direction. All of a sudden I've got all these restaurants over here and all of the restaurants in the downtown area to choose from. And I also have everything up here. Now let's say I got a really good offer going 1 city north up to Ferndale. So I take that order. I now have the opportunity to bring something back from one of these restaurants back down to Bellingham. If you're going to leave your market, make sure you're going to an area that you could pick something up on the way back. This is another area I'm commonly sent orders for. As you can see, there are no restaurants that I could possibly pick up from on my way back. So when I'm driving back, I'm driving dead miles. Avoid driving dead miles whenever possible. Number 2, start from home. It costs you absolutely nothing in gas to sit on your couch, in your underwear, watching my YouTube videos. Turn on all of your apps and wait until you get something you want to take before you even put your shoes on. Now, obviously, in some cases, this wouldn't work. If you live 10 miles outside of your zone, for example, you probably don't want to do this as you're not going to get anything. Number 3, change your mindset. Rather than saying that this isn't sustainable or saying something like, I'm not making any money, ask yourself, how can I make it sustainable? Or how can I work smarter so I can make more money and drive less miles? When you're presented with an offer, think about your next move after you complete that delivery. What part of town does it leave you in? How many restaurants are there? Did you turn off the stove? Number 5, don't chase hotspots in the app. We kind of already talked about this, but we're going to talk about it more. This is what new drivers do, and that's what I did when I was brand new as well. A hotspot is nothing more than a restaurant that had a recent order, and now it's flooded with 20 drivers showing up at the exact same spot at the exact same time. Pick an area that's within 2 or 3 miles of several restaurants and stay there until you get an order. By doing this, you're going to be outsmarting the new drivers and you are going to have a better chance of getting an order. Number 6, consider driving when other drivers can't or won't. I'm talking about those times of the day that most people are sleeping. 11 p.m. to 3 a.m., 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. There are going to be far fewer drivers on the road at that time. Therefore, you will be presented with more of the available offers. You know what there's also less of? Traffic. And doing what we do, that is a beautiful thing. Less traffic, less gas burn. Number 7, let your acceptance rate drop. Don't even entertain the idea of dollar per mile orders right now. With the way gas prices are, we can't afford to be taking those. Wait for the $2 a mile, $3 a mile, $4 a mile, and stick with those orders instead. You're going to have to decide how much money you want to make per mile and stick with that. Before the gas prices got all crazy like this, I ideally would like to see $2 a mile. Now, ideally, I'd like to see $3, $4, or even $5 a mile. So we're talking about picking orders that are staying close and staying in an area with a bunch of restaurants close by. So when you're done with one order, you can immediately hop into the next. At the time of making this video, this is my acceptance rate. I'm not worried about getting deactivated because they can't deactivate you for a low acceptance rate. I would rather have a 5% acceptance rate and know that I made $25 an hour than have a 70% acceptance rate making $12 an hour. Number 8, run as many apps as you can. I've been talking a lot of trash on Grubhub lately, but guess what? I'm still gonna run the app because they might send me the best offer of the day. I no longer schedule myself on there, but there is no harm in swiping available. You could get lucky and get that 2-mile order for $25. By running as many apps as you can have 2, 3, 4, even 5 apps all sending you offers at the same time. By running multiple apps, they're competing for your time instead of you competing for their time. This allows you to be extremely selective with the orders you take. If you pause your apps when you're in the middle of a delivery, when you're about 2 minutes out from dropping your order off, go ahead and turn all of your apps back on and get your next order ready to go. Number 9, wait to mark arrived. Now this is more for DoorDash than anything else. In my experience, you will get more add-on offers before you've swiped arrived than after you do it. If you are presented with a double for the restaurant that you're already at, there's no harm in lowering your standards if that's only going half a mile or a mile further. For example, I would never drive to a restaurant with gas at $5 a gallon right now. However, if I'm already at that restaurant waiting to pick up an order and they send me a double for it, and it's only going half a mile further, absolutely I'm taking the extra $5. Number 10, step out of your comfort zone. We all have one of those orders that we always decline. For me, they're Walgreens, Walmart, 7-Eleven, and Safeway. I don't want to go there, but that attitude isn't going to make me money right now. We need to be open to additional opportunities. So if they send me a Walgreens order for 3 items that's going 2 miles for $14, guess what? I'm going to learn that store layout, and I would encourage you to as well. So to recap, don't take orders out of an area that has a high concentration of restaurants. Start from home. Change your mindset. Don't drive around unless you have an order. Consider driving when other drivers don't want to or can't. Let your acceptance rate drop. If your acceptance rate isn't dropping right now, you're probably not doing it right. Run as many apps as you can. Wait a little while to swipe arrived. And finally, step out of your comfort zone. That's going to do it for my tips and tricks on how to save money on gas and maximize your earnings. I want to hear from you guys in the comment section below. Do you agree with my list or do you disagree? Also, feel free to let me know in the comments if I forgot something. Okay, it's time to thank my most recent subscribers. A massive thank you to Steven. I really appreciate you. Thank you for being here. Charisse from San Antonio, Texas. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Christine from Levittown, Pennsylvania. Thank you. I appreciate you. Sean Jose from Oak Harbor, Washington. I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. David from Arkansas. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Devin from Port St. Lucie, Florida. Thank you so much. You are awesome. Candace from Dayton, Ohio. Thank you so much. I appreciate you being here. Melanie from Raleigh, North Carolina. Thank you so much for subscribing. Gig Lebowski. Thank you for being here, man. I appreciate you. Anne from Lubbock, Texas. Thank you so much for subscribing. I appreciate you. P. Yasin. Thank you. I appreciate you subscribing. And a massive thank you to each and every one of you for taking time out of your day to watch one of my videos. If you haven't done so yet, please do hit the like and subscribe button. If you are kind enough to subscribe, let me know in the comment section below. Tell me your name and the market you drive in, and I'll be sure to thank you at the end of my next video. My name is Zach. Take care. Anne from Lubbock, Texas. Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Everything's bigger in Texas. When the heck did I not be able to say Texas?